Hound in chat.
There we go.
Who is Hound in chat? I'm not sure.
Are they here?
Is Hound Hound?
Is Hound? Dark Hero says that helped. I got some ideas for now. Okay, good. So when we're done with the critique section, guys, we'll drop all the red lines in.
Yes.
So that you guys can pull that up for reference too.
Yeah, we'll share the work that we're doing and showing off.
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
so.
It's a little difficult to do at the moment, but we'll do it at the end of the critique session while we're setting up for the next part.
Yeah. So Hound submitted this piece. Didn't give a lot of insight into it. But it's aside from the fact that it was done about 2 years ago. So I'm looking forward to maybe seeing how they develop this, maybe what they change it into. It definitely kind of has like that. What's it called? Conceptual artist kind of approach to it. I think it's black and white, like a quick like painted render kind of approach to it. I think the character is really interesting. It's really intriguing.
Yeah, I think so too. Actually, I think it's a really really cool redraw or concept idea.
Yeah. Things that kind of like I guess struck me was like the tattoo design. Like I'm definitely into that. It's very muscular. It looks like a very muscular female design. And you can tell like the muscularity is by like the size of the trapezius, like the trap muscles, like around the neck and like the bigger shoulders and stuff too. So it's got a lot of potential. I think it's a really fascinating character, which I want to know more about. Let me go ahead and pull up the next one here. Oops.
Oh, I didn't show off the red line. Sorry.
I haven't either. I'm pulling it up right now.
Oh, okay.
22 months of squishiness.
Our next red line was this right here. So we got that one right there.
Thank you, Cho.
What's up, Cho? How you doing, dude? So yeah, the big thing for me when I was noticing this, just some general anatomy stuff, maybe kind of chiseling in the profile of the face a bit more and kind of identifying the eyes and stuff a bit better. But we kind of pointed on the fact that it's a very kind of a muscular female, like large trap and shoulder muscles. If you're going to really emphasize bigger shapes like this, you got to make sure the arms kind of match the muscularity of the body too. So, you know, you want to get the arms maybe a touch longer. I feel like the canvas right side in particular feels really tucked in and small, where you want to really get like the bicep and tricep portions and the forearms like really kind of shaped in a lot more. So get the arms bigger, longer, and more defined to kind of match the muscularity of the design here. Yeah, Kester, you're welcome to do that, man. We may not get a chance to do like a super heavy duty one, but you're welcome to. But yeah, that was kind of the main thing. I think just kind of getting a general kind of cohesive design to the character.
Yes. One thing I would want to know too, just in terms of like the background, like the element that you have in the background, it's a little bit difficult to tell whether or not it's sort of like a halo or if it's an object in the background. So that's something you might want to define a little bit more. Like if it was a halo, the edges of it wouldn't be as hard. It would be a little bit softer because it would imply kind of like a glow.
Yeah.
And then also, if it is sort of like a halo with a glow, like keep in mind like rim lighting, because all of that would sort of like surround the top part of him or her. But if it is a background element, then it might just need a little bit more definition in terms of like how it's grounded and rooted.
Yeah. That's a really good point too.
Sorry, I have a burp. It's like stuck in my chest.
That's okay. The last thing I want to point out too is you left the hands very kind of undersized and undetailed. Which again, like, for a concept piece, you may not go crazy detailed, but if you're gonna redraw this, tackle the hands. Don't be scared to get dirty with an actual hand study. And if you need a reference, I just literally typed in like clasped hands. Reference photo. I think that was the first thing that actually popped up in my Google search. So, I mean, there you go. Like that's just grab an actual photo reference. Hands are tricky, man. If you got to use an actual reference, use it. Don't be scared to use a reference for a certain part of your drawing, because it's going to help kind of to sell the idea of the character that much more versus kind of having like a stubby kind of like brick for a hand, right?
Yep.
Things like hands and fingers interlocking and clasping is super tricky.
Of all things, you should almost always have reference for, unless you like draw that particular pose like a million times is hand references and feet
Yes.
references.
Yeah,
It's always the worst.
They're the hardest things to draw, man. I mean, aside from doing like photo accurate like portraits and shit, like hands are so tough. So yeah, don't be scared to grab a reference. I think this character is pretty rad looking though. Like from the get go, like I want to know more of what's going on with this. So
yes,
if you are here today, I would love to see you do some more work on this one. Next up, we got Aggie. I know Aggie Cowboy was here earlier.